Hollow Knight, one of my personal favorite games of all time. I played it on PS5, but I never went for every trophy because I've never been a trophy collector. But in today's video, we're going to be going for every single trophy in Hollow Knight on Steam. So it's not technically a platinum, but you get the idea. This game has a 9 out of 10 difficulty on PSN profiles. It says it's going to take one playthrough and has 100 hours worth of gameplay. So we'll see how true that is. Without further ado, this is every trophy in Hollow Knight. Here we pick up our first trophy, Charmed, talk to Elderbug, and then we're going to make our way down to the False Knight. After hopping in the well to Dirtmouth, we meet Cornifer, who gives us the first map of the game. We farm some Geo, and then encounter our first little boss area. These guys somehow got me to 1 HP, but we ended up getting it done. Using the Geo that we got earlier, I paid the toll, rung the bell, and then talked to the last stag. He unlocks this game's version of fast travel. I accidentally went a little bit too far right and stumbled upon Gruzmother's arena. I ended up fighting her anyways, just for the free Geo. She unlocks the way to go talk to Sly and the charm shop lady. Since I was up here, I went and freed one of the grubs, because I know one of the achievements is to free all the grubs. There's 50 total, so it's best to get started early. After all this side questing, you make it into the arena of the False Knight. He's a pretty easy first boss that gives obvious cues as to all his movements that he's gonna do, and gives good opportunities for you healing. And if you didn't know, you don't actually have to fight him after he does his big slam that you'll see here. You can actually just break through the door on the left. You can see here that you can actually hit the little guys that fall from the ceiling just to do that tiniest little bit of extra damage to him. You can also sync up your jump with his and get one nail swing in while you guys are both falling down. I missed it here, but after he goes all berserk here, the fight is actually over. After you kill him here, we're going to pick up our second trophy of the run, Falsehood, and the City Crest, which you're going to need if you're doing a regular run and not doing any sequence breaks. You can actually find a little Easter egg that the top of his weapon crawls off, and it's actually a little bug. After opening this crate of Geo that he gives you, we're going to head over to the Snail Shaman and get our first ability of the game. In her little area, we're going to sit on the bench, talk to her, and she's going to summon this white ball, and we're going to jump into the suspicious ball and get what's called the Vengeful Spirit. We black out and then wake up in the next room on the other side of a locked door. We're now going to have to use our ability on a little mini boss at the end of this little mini level to make it out. The way Vengeful Spirit works is you consume soul it, and then you shoot a powerful charge, and it'll go across the whole screen. If you have maxed out soul, you can only use 3. The way that this enemy works is that if you get too close to him, he shells up and he becomes invincible, therefore forcing you to gain soul by killing the little guys that he shoots out and then using your ability on him to deal damage. After killing him, you can walk over a little bit to the left and pick up another charm. Now that we killed him, the suspicious shaman lady unlocks the gate and lets us through. With our newfound ability, we're able to kill the boulder that's blocking the road to the next area of the game, Green Path. On the way to find Hornet, we kill Vengefly and save Zoe. He'll pop up a few more times throughout this playthrough. And he actually dies here if you choose not to kill the Vengefly. He always finds himself in these odd situations and then seems to think that we had nothing to do with him escaping. Right next to the Hornet boss fight, there's another stag station and a bench. Hornet's boss fight is where the game really starts ramping up in difficulty, and I think that's why they left the bench right next to the fight. She actually gives audio cues relating to the moves, so if you fight her enough, depending on what she shouts out, you'll know what move she's gonna do. Vengeful Spirit's actually really powerful in this fight, so make sure you take advantage of it, and you should make quick work of her. I actually got really lucky up here, because it almost wouldn't have been a hitless run. And with Hornet down, we pick up our 3rd trophy of this run, Test of Resolve, and we get a new ability, Mothwing Cloak. With our new dash, we're able to make it to the fungal wastes, and we run into these 2 mushrooms who drop a charm notch. These guys aren't all that difficult, but they're still a pretty fun fight. You can actually bounce off their heads if you down pogo them. Charm notches are really good because it allows you to have more variety in the amount of charms that you have in your build. Here in the fungal wastes, we run into Cornifer again and pick up another map from him. Deep into the fungal wastes, we come across Mantis Village, where we're going to get our next major ability of the game. After flipping a lever and killing some bad guys, we drop down and then pick up Mantis Claw. Mantis Claw lets you wall jump. After a little bit of parkour, you can flip a lever that actually opens up a big hole in the middle of the city. It's a little early to fight the Mantis Lords, but since I've already played the game, I should make quick work of them. This fight has one of the best themes in this game. It perfectly puts you in a trance of pure focus. So far, I haven't taken a hit of damage. Let's see if I can keep this up until the second phase. These guys perfectly showcase how a multiple enemy boss fight should be done. Right now I have a level 1 nail, so this fight's taking longer than it should. And just like that, the Mantis Lords are down, and we add another trophy to our collection. actually did them hitless, which I'm kinda surprised with. And now that the mantises respect us, they won't attack us, and this one up here is gonna let us into his room that has a bunch of good stuff. Up here, we pick up Mark of Pride, which basically makes our nails super long. We also get a bunch of Geo. After a short platforming section, we save Bretta. Once we save her, she'll go back up to Dirtmouth, and we can talk to her later. Still in the fungal wastes, I saved another grub. Using our new ability of the Mantis Claw, we're able to complete the platforming section that lets us into the City of Tears. Here we put in the city crest, which we got from the False Knight earlier. This lets us into the next major location of the game. Down here we run into the Nailsmith, and we pay 250 Geo to upgrade our nail. So now a bug that was originally 2 hits only takes 1 hit. In the upper area of the City of Tears, I saved another grub. Up here we find Cornifer and pay him 90 Geo for a map of the City of Tears. Right outside Cornifer's room we run into Zode again. We open up another stag station and pick up a trophy for opening up half of all of them. Back over where we killed Grez's mother way earlier, we talk to the shopkeeper and then go and free Sly. Here we're going to do a pretty well known speedrunning strategy called Shade Skip. This involves dying and then pogoing off of your shade and then getting up into the blue lake and then getting one of the endgame items pretty early. This area isn't meant to be accessed until you have double jump. After a short platforming section, we talk to this moth in our dream, and she gives us what's called the Dream Nail. This will allow us to get a lot more of the grindy stuff out of the way early. Using our new Dream Nail, we're able to challenge Zero. Even though we are here pretty early, these Dream Warrior bosses usually have pretty easy movesets and aren't all that hard to take down. My usual strategy when fighting him is to just hit him and get soul and spam Howling Wraths. This is a really powerful move that we'll end up getting later in the game. In his second phase, instead of shooting 2 of his magic things at you, he gets 4, and they get a little bit faster. There's a ton of these Dream Warrior bosses scattered throughout the whole map. After killing him, we get 100 Essence. Essence is the currency used to upgrade the Dream Nail, and get items from the moth. Remember the little bug that we saved earlier, Bretta? Well, now her house is open in Dirtmouth, and we're able to go in there and collect the mask shard. If you collect 4 of them, you get another mask, which is basically another hit point. Up here in Kingdom's Edge, we challenge another Dream Warrior, Gorb. After taking him down, we collect another 100 Essence. Finding ourselves back in the crossroads, we make our way up to the Brooding Malak's arena. He can be tricky if you don't have the right abilities, or if you haven't fought him before, but since I know what I'm doing, he's pretty easy. The main thing that gets people here is not keeping track of everything. I have a really powerful charm set up right now, so we take him down pretty easily. He actually drops us a mask shard after killing him. And with him down, we pick up our 4th mask shard, giving us another hit point, and our next trophy. With 6 trophies out of 63, we come to the end of our first episode. If you have any feedback or other games that you want to see me play, please let me know in the comments. See y'all in the next one.